What's the most satisfying case of malicious compliance you've seen at work? My manager, David, wrote me up for a pattern of absenteeism after I used 2 approved sick days for my son's high fever. The next day, he handed me a new project. I want you to audit our team's expense reports for the last 6 months. Find the inefficiencies. He said it with a smirk. He was trying to bury me in paperwork as punishment. I felt sick about losing my job. I started the audit. My expenses were tiny, a coffee here, a lunch there. The others were similar, but David's were a different story. Mileage claims for trips on weekends, expensive software subscriptions I'd never heard of, restaurant receipts for client meetings from restaurants in his hometown 2 hours away. I found a recurring monthly payment for a web hosting service. On a hunch, I visited the website. It was his wife's online boutique. He was funding his side hustle with company money. He'd asked me to find inefficiencies, so I did. I cross-referenced his mileage claims with his company calendar. The client meetings were on days he'd marked as vacation. I found the vendor file for the web hosting company. He'd used his home address as the billing contact. I spent the entire weekend building a 30-page report, complete with color-coded charts. I scheduled a meeting with David and the head of HR. I projected my report onto the conference room screen. As requested, David, here is my final audit report on team inefficiencies. I clicked through, showing each of the $27,000 in fraudulent expenses, each discrepancy, each lie, all sourced from the company's own records. David went pale. He started to say it was a misunderstanding, but the HR director just looked at him, then at the screen and said, "David, please wait outside." He didn't even argue. He just stood up and walked out of the room.